Hey, as we reel off the most exciting PGA Championship weekend ever remember, what did we see? The fans are back, baby! And they're going to be a factor in the NBA playoffs, in the golf majors, and all the other big matches. The fans are back, baby! Welcome to the May 25 edition of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport. I'm G-Man from Ohio. There's Tmoney from San Francisco. What's up, T?
What's going on, everyone? Coming live to in the Cloffice here, just enjoying my time. What an awesome weekend of sports, NBA playoffs, Phil's iconic walk
Beautiful
down 18. I mean, it was such a great weekend, and like you said, great to have fans back.
Yeah, baby. I know we're going to be talking about some good stuff. We got a jam-packed show, man. You're going to learn about my background in a little bit. You guys are all wondering, what's up with G-Man? You're going to find out what's up with G-Man. But first, we got a jam-packed show. We got Ross v. Ross tonight, focusing on one of the top players in the NFL. And where is he going? And we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. We have the T-Ross Chugging chant for you. Watch out, Clipper Nation. And we're going to give you some big picks tonight. We had some great long shots for the PGA. Hope you want some cash. And one of the fun segments, we try to stump Tmoney. We do get him. And T, Wound-Wise Trivia of the Week this week, I'll give you the question to think about. All right? In the modern era, no golfer has ever completed the Grand Slam, winning all four majors in the same calendar year. But which golfer won 3 of the 4 championships in the same year?
All right. Let me think on it.
Okay, in the modern era, no golfer has ever completed the Grand Slam. Which golfer won 3 of 4 in the same year? Hey, y'all, if you like what you're seeing every week, make sure you go out and like and subscribe us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, many other platforms. We're out there. Look for our name, Father, Son, and Holy Sport, and we will bring it to you. Please like and subscribe. We want to build up our base.
Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And while we do that, let's kick it off for the Ross rundown here. Like you said, PGA Championship was this weekend, and it was a blast to watch. So happy for Phil, oldest champion ever, 50 years old. I mean, the guy was 25 to 100 to 1, or 25,000.
20,000.
25,000 to 1.
All right.
Brooks tried to make a run for it. There, it was a little too late. Crowd was so awesome. Electric scene. Yeah. But what does this mean for the future of golf? And Phil, it looked like it was trending towards a young man's game. He wins it at 50 years old. Can Phil do it again? Can these guys continue now into their 50s to win?
Yeah, man, they're doing it in all the sports. The 60s the new 50, 70s the new 60. Look at Phil, man. He looks great. Guy's in great shape. He didn't have any problem at all moving around the course, making stuff happen. But I can't take all of his stuff, man. If I was Brooks Koepka, I would have tackled him, just like a full-out, all-out tackle. Because Phil's over there doing his breathing exercises, and he's thinking about things, and he's envisioning the shot. And Brooks is like, come on, man, hit the freaking ball.
I know. I love Brooks, and he was ticked off. It was hilarious. But, I mean, Phil was right there with him. On the last day, he had a 366-yard drive, longest of the day. He has a great short game. And, as long as he can keep mistakes to a low, now he's learned how to be part of this new world somehow and be the longest driver of a day at 50. I mean, he can still compete. And this really just gives me hope for Tiger Woods. Tiger's 45. So if Phil can do this at 50, hopefully Tiger can do this at 55. That gives him 10 more years. Hopefully he can come back after this leg injury a few years later and maybe be in contention again. So that's what this really gives me hope for.
How do you stay healthy? Some of these athletes do it. They stay healthy. Some of them just can't, do it. But Phil's been able to stay healthy and keep it going.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things continue. It's really going to be interesting.
Could he win in another month? He plays in 4 weeks, or he actually plays this weekend, but he's going to take a couple weeks after that. We'll miss him at Memorial Tournament here in Columbus, Ohio. That's right, man. We got the 5th major here in Columbus, Ohio coming up, but we're going to miss Phil. Phil's going to take ours off.
Oh yeah, we're gonna miss him, but I'm so happy for him. Just an amazing scene walking down 18 there. But as we move on, then
What
NBA
else you got?
NBA playoffs has started here, so
Yeah,
getting here
yeah,
with that,
yeah.
it was a fun, a crazy last weekend, and they're just starting round one. Lakers lose, and the Knicks are back in the playoffs, which is great for basketball. What a battle they had, and the
Yeah.
Grizzlies shocked the Utah Jazz. But really, which team, sort of looked best, surprised you, and what are you scared of? Who didn't look so good to you, G?
Well, the best looking team for me is the Milwaukee Bucks. They just crushed it yesterday. They set the tone in the first quarter. They jumped out to a 46-20 lead after 12 minutes. They had a 26-point lead, tying the largest lead at the end of a first quarter in NBA playoff history. They had 78 points in the first half, which is a Bucks playoff history record. I mean, these guys, they're hitting on all cylinders, man. Milwaukee is definitely the ones that's impressed me the most.
Yeah, I loved Milwaukee. I actually liked them. Probably would have been my best team so far, but I went with more of the best surprise. And I really think that's the Grizzlies. They were a play-in team, had to beat the
Yeah,
Spurs, then had to beat the Warriors, and now beat the number one record team in the NBA. I loved them. I thought they were the most surprising, best team to watch. Two young guards,
exciting
Dylan
team.
Brooks, John Morant,
Yeah,
loved that team. They really don't have any
young.
superstars other than Ja. So for them to win that, it was awesome. Worst team of the week, though, Boston Celtics looked horrible.
Oh,
They're just so outmatched. I don't think they have any clue what they're doing on the court and off the court. Danny Ainge might be too old to even understand how trades work nowadays. So I just think they have no direction. They can't guard anyone, and they can't even keep up with the Nets scoring. So they're just outmatched in every sense of the word, on and off the court as a franchise.
well, they didn't do bad in game one. That's why I didn't pick them. But yes, they looked terrible in game two. But I didn't go with them because they weren't one of the favorites. They looked okay in game one. I had to go, hey, my biggest disappointment is the Lakers. I think they've looked the worst. They'd scored 90 points in their first game. They just barely got out of that play. And I told you they might lose that play-in tournament, and Golden State almost took them. Your man LeBron carried him to the finish line. He made that big shot to take him in, but they barely got out of the play-in. And the only reason I rank them the lowest, I know they're still one of the favorites. It's just when you look back at the beginning of the season and all these moves that they made to bring on players, and they got LeBron and AD back. They're in there now. And, you look at where they're at versus where we thought they would be, and they're struggling to get through the play-in tournament, and now they score 90. I just got to rank them as my biggest disappointment right at this moment. But believe me, I know they can win it.
That's totally, totally fair. I get their biggest disappointment. LeBron typically likes to make his first game a feel out game. I'll give you more on that a little bit later, but I like the Lakers still. I think everyone's still, they're doubting them now, but I have faith in them.
Oh,
It is a big disappointment, but you got to remember everyone's coming off injuries. They haven't played a ton together, and they got to stop playing Andre Drummond and AD at the same time. AD's got to play the five at all times. So that's their biggest.
AD's got to step it up, man. He should be getting your rant.
Yeah, he might be. He's one more
supposed
game
to be the heir apparent,
One more game, and we'll see. So he really had a down game. But speaking of a down
Yeah.
sport, the MLB, man, what the heck is going on with them? They just had their sixth no-hitter this season. That's six times the as fast a pace as they've ever had. So that means pitchers are just pitching lights out. Their average league batting average right now is 237. That's the worst in 150 years. And people have been saying baseball's been dying for a long time. Well, it looks like there might be dead people swinging the baseball bats now because you can't get a hit. I mean, is there a problem with the MLB right now, G? Do they got a problem?
Hey, they got some great young players. It's a really popular sport in certain parts of the world.
Yes.
There's some great young players. They need some marketing, man. It's like you're trying to get some marketing going, and some people want to change the game and make it faster, and other people just love the tradition of the game, and they're kind of battling each other. But they got to figure it out because just not drawing the number of people that it should be. I got an
Yeah.
idea though. I got an idea.
What?
So the average starting pitcher
Give it
threw
to me.
95 pitches. If you look at 2001 to 2015, the average starting pitcher threw 95 pitches.
Okay.
From the last 4 years, it dropped to 89. So I'm getting close to 10% drop in how many pitches the starting pitcher throws because they know they're not going to go the distance. And then you bring in these relievers that throw for an inning and they've got their guns. You know, the hitters have not seen them.
Yeah.
They're coming in for that one inning and they're throwing stuff that they're strong. So here's my solution, man, to get around this. Limit, and I read this somewhere, limit the number of pitchers the team can carry on its roster. Limit the number of pitchers. Make those guys go longer into the game. There'll be more hits. The hitters will get used to seeing them if they have to face them a third time in a game. They're going to get more hits, man.
Yeah, no, I totally love that. Or just limit the amount of relief people you can have in a game, other than obviously if you go extra innings. But I like that. Just limit the roster then, so you don't pitch them as much every game. I listened to actually World Series champion GM Theo Epstein. He recently took time off from being a GM and now actually works for the MLB and is attacking this problem personally. He talked about how it's not about the batters being worse. It's about the fact that pitchers, like you said, they have relief and they've been going shorter innings and more relief pitchers, but also that they're better than they've ever been. Not only are they understanding the analytics more and who doesn't hit which pitch, but they're using technology to their advantage in the lab. They understand how to get more spin and more speed than ever. And there's just more diagnosis and practice, and they're really honing in on their craft more than ever before. So it's really not a hitting problem. There's a greatness in pitching. So I like your idea there a lot, G. I hadn't had a thought about that. But
Hey,
if they don't make changes, the game is really unwatchable, man. I enjoy going to a game because I just like being with friends and family around sports and having a beer and eating peanuts. I love that. But you won't catch me ever watching a regular season game. So ratings are dropping year over year over year. And there's a reason it's called America's pastime.
hey, sounds like it's a future T. Ross Chugging Chant topic right here. I can feel it coming
It might
with
be.
you and Major League Baseball. But hey, we're going to bring you one of those segments right now. One
All
of
right.
you fans, tell us you love the Chugging Chant, and we love bringing it to you. Money loves to chug those beers for you on the rooftop, and he does it just for you. So,
Just for you
Money,
guys.
you go up there to the rooftop. We'll see
All
you in
right.
a bit. This segment's brought to you by Help Me Startup. Do you have a startup or a new company idea? Why not get some help from the experts at Help Me Startup? Try the easy-to-use startup tools and advice to help you get moving on your way toward investment and success. Learn more at helpmestartup.co. All right, let's go to T-Money. High up on the San Francisco rooftop, it's time for the T-Ross Chugging Chant.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your main man T-Money up here on this SF rooftop. A little windy out here, but beautiful, beautiful day. I got a little chugging chant for y'all. So listen up. This is a cold beer, so give me a second. All right. Long weekend. You know how it is. Woo! All right. You know who I'm coming at this week? I'm coming at you, Clippers. What the hell are you doing? You had the 3 seed locked up, might have even had the 2 seed if you wanted to try. You had the 3, and you could have had the Trailblazers, so you beat 3 times this year. You tank. You tanked for the Mavericks, and now you're down. You're down 1-0, and you looked horrible. You were bottom 5 in clutch points this regular season, and you got destroyed in the clutch by the Mavs. All right. 18-5 run to finish the game. You let Luka get a triple double. I mean, come on, Kawhi, PG. You're supposed to be some of the best defenders in the NBA. What are you doing? Kawhi Leonard, come on, man. You're supposed to be elite here. Like, what have you been doing? You came to LA thinking you're going to be the next big thing, and you get 26 points in a playoff game. I mean, the past 4 outings for y'all Clippers haven't been good. I don't know what the hell you think you're doing, but you need to step your damn game up. All right. Come on. G-Man, tell me you agree with me that these fools are sorry right now.
Hey, hey, great points, man. Great points. The Clippers have not brought it. They've not brought their game. They brought in Paul George a few years ago. They bring in Kawhi. The big, you know, everybody's going crazy about where's Kawhi going to go. He ends up at the Clippers. All of this buildup of Kawhi and Paul George together. Kawhi gets 26 points in the first game. Paul George gets 23, not bad, but they were 3-for-14 from three. As a team, the Clippers go 11 for 40 after they led the NBA in the regular season at 41%.
Yeah.
The big guy's not coming through. So yeah, I'm hanging with you there, man. I agree.
Yeah. Clippers got to be careful, man. They dropped one at home, so they gave home court advantage to the Mavs here. And hey, Kawhi's a free agent after this year. The Clippers gotta be nervous. If they lose this year, after the way they lose last year to Denver, after being up 3-1, two bad, embarrassing losses 2 years in a row, watch out. He might leave. Miami Heat, watch out.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of confidence in Kawhi. I just think he's a great leader. I know he's kind of at a down moment right now, but I do think that he can come through in the playoffs. The guy is clutch. He is a leader. I'm not counting him out.
Well, he was a bottom. The entire Clippers team was a bottom 5 clutch points team in the NBA this year. So I don't know how clutch Kawhi Leonard is or the rest of the team.
Come on, man. Do I need to get down low in my stance when that three is bouncing off the rim and I'm down in my crouch in the corner and all the guys around me and boom, 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 in?
Okay, so all of a sudden, anyone that ever makes a buzzer beater is clutch. I guess that's just.
I mean, I'm down decision. Crouched though. I'm low in the corner with my crouch, and I'm looking at it. I can barely see it because the corner of the backboard is like in my way.
Oh my God, this guy! He just.
Let's go to Ross v. Ross.
Jesus Christ.
All right, we're gonna talk about Julio Jones. Let's talk about someone else that can crouch down and he can jump too. Julio Jones. Julio Jones may be on the market. That's the word on the streets. In fact, Julio said, I'm out of there. Talking about Atlanta. He already, from what I heard from some reporters, already dissed Matt Ryan, saying that he didn't have a zing on his ball, on the deep ball anymore.
I didn't hear that one.
I've seen all that today, man. So I guess Julio's out, man. You think he's out of there for sure?
I think he's gone, and it's mainly because of Atlanta's cap situation. After June 6th, they can trade him and not be hit that hard. So I think he's going to be gone.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. He makes $15.3 million a year, so he's got there's a lot there, and somebody's gonna have to take that on to bring him onto their team. So I guess we want to talk about now, where do we think he's gonna go? Ross v. Ross, you pick your pick, I'll pick mine. We don't even know what we're gonna say, fans.
No,
I don't know what Tmoney's gonna say. We're doing this live for you all. You know what I'm saying? So we might even pick the same team. But what do you say, Tmoney? I know what my team is. Where's he going?
I think there's a difference between where he probably ends up, or I'm going to give you the best landing spot for him. Okay. So the betting odds at the moment are the Pats and the Titans. AJ Brown is basically a mini Julio Jones, and Titans need defense. The Pats don't throw the ball enough and have two big body tight ends. They're out. Ravens and Chargers are next. Chargers aren't ready to win a Super Bowl. Julio wants to win a Super Bowl. And the Ravens, Jay asked their wide receivers to block way too much for a 32-year-old Pro Bowl tight end or wide receiver. So he doesn't want to go there. It comes down to me, to the Colts and the 49ers, who I think he'd be great fits for both. The 49ers, though, are ready to win a Super Bowl, but they just spent 3 first-rounders to get Trey Lance. They're not going to spend the draft capital to go get him. So it is the Colts. Colts are the best and very logical spot. Very logical spot. If Carson Wentz is ready to get back to the form when he was an MVP candidate, he's a great fit here. Defense, elite, top 10 already. Offense, Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines, 1-2 punch in the backfield. T.Y. Hilton, great number 2 with 2 up-and-coming young wide receiver guys as the 3 and the 4. Their offensive line is great and will give Carson plenty of time. Colts, best landing spot for Julio Jones.
Well, it's not a bad choice. I wouldn't say it's a bad choice. I'd put that one in the middle of the road, but that wouldn't be my pick. I mean, would he
Okay.
fit in there? Yes. AJ Brown's a stud, but so is Julio. They'd be a heck of a combination. Although the guy throwing the ball to them, Carson Wentz, I don't have a lot of confidence in him. But I mean, I'll give you an average pick on that one. I'm going to give you a great pick, man. You see my background? You see my Zoom background? Tom Brady waving goodbye. I've told you about this picture before, man. You know how bad they want to win. The organization.
I agree.
The Patriots organization. They're going to go for Julio. They love older guys. They've brought in older guys before, 30-something guys that have done well, that are kind of at the end of their career. So they've shown a trend. They've got some decent receivers. You know, Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar. Those guys aren't bad, but they don't have a Julio, man. They get Julio in here. That's going to be a big win. I'm going Patriots. Best spot and landing spot for Julio.
Okay, well, that's an okay pick there, Gary. I might give you like I'll give you like a C minus. But a C minus. You know, the thing is
why do you give it a C minus?
Look, do they need wide receiver help? Definitely.
Yes.
But that's not who they are as a scheme fit. They love their tight ends and they love their slot receivers. That's why Julian Edelman was such a big factor there. They don't throw outside, and they also don't have a quarterback who's very accurate. So if you just add, they had Randy Moss one year and that was great, but they weren't winning their Super Bowls with Randy Moss every year. They were winning them with Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman, because that's the type of scheme. They're quick, short, intermediate passes and decision-making going to where the ball should go to. I just don't think he fits their scheme. Now, would he be great for them? Yeah, because they finally have a wide receiver, but Cam Newton isn't accurate enough to even get Julio Jones the ball. I just think it's not a great scheme fit.
Hey, but what about Mac Jones, bro? Mac Jones coming in. The guy can throw it deep. He's showing he can throw it deep. Mac Jones.
If Mac Jones is a starter, I love this move. I will give you that.
Okay. Hey, let me give you a couple other points. NBC Sports, Michael Hawley reported that Jones would like to team up with Newton in New England. That was reported by NBC. So Julio is interested in playing there in New England.
Yeah, he wants to go to a winning organization. That's what he wants to do.
He likes Cam though.
Yeah, I agree. And people like playing
that SEC blood, man. That SEC blood runs deep.
People say they want to play with Russell Westbrook till he chokes in the playoffs. People want to play with Cam Newton till he can't get you the ball. So it all sounds great and they respect them because they're athletes, but I just don't think it's a great scheme fit. Colts would be perfect for Julio. He is their missing piece to win a Super Bowl. I think
Patriots are going to do it because they want to win so bad they can't take themselves. These two guys behind me, Kraft and Belichick, they got to win. They got to win. There's just so much there.
I'll ask you one question, Gary. Add Julio to either the Colts or the Patriots. Who's closer to winning a Super Bowl?
Well, I think the Patriots are going to be in the hunt next year for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about the Colts quarterback situation.
Writing this down. Hold on. Let me write this down in my notebook.
I'm going to write down that I'm concerned, and I've been concerned.
To Super Bowl. Okay, let's see it.
I've been concerned with the Colts quarterback decision.
All right.
I've mentioned that.
You've been critical of Carson. You've been critical of Carson.
They've got a tremendous running back. Jonathan Taylor can haul the rock, and they better give it to him. They better give him the rock. Because JT can run, baby.
Jesus.
Hey, let's go to our picks, man.
All right,
we're going to our picks. We picked the PGA last week. Hey, man, our two top guys did not make the cut. Our two top picks for the top 10. We didn't quite get that. But, hey, you know what we did do well? Our long shots came through. You had Scotty Scheffler. He finished 8th. That's a long shot.
Oh, yeah.
I had Matsuyama. He finished 23rd. 7 strokes back of Phil. So our long shots didn't do bad, Tmoney.
No, not too shabby. So we'll see. This week I got a good one for you here. And I'm actually not going to give you NBA game winner. I'm going to give you the series winner. Okay. Everyone's doubting the Lakers. And like I told you, I was going to tell you about LeBron here. Okay. He lost game 1. And most of the NBA, after they lose game 1, they only win 25% of the game 2s that they play. LeBron James, 60% of the game twos after losing game ones.
Yeah.
Lakers win the series. They're minus 150 to win the series. I will take the Lakers, but also let me give you real quick. I love the Hawks. I love the Knicks Hawks series right now. So fun to see the Garden.
I know.
Live. Trey
They
Young
are
is
so
fun. That series is going to be awesome, but I'll take the Hawks to win that series.
Oh, look at you picking two. Look at
You
making
like
two
that?
picks
I had
on
to
me.
throw it in there.
I mean, look at you. I mean, I can't believe you made two
I had
picks.
to
I'm
throw
supposed
it
to
in
make
there.
one pick, and you're throwing in that second pick
I
on me,
just
man.
don't
I
trust
only
you.
got
I
one
don't-
pick, and
I
it's
don't
a
trust
good
you.
pick.
All right.
It's a good pick. But I love that Knicks Hawks series. That is an awesome series. And those
Awesome.
fans are going nuts.
Awesome.
And I told you the fans are back, everybody.
Baby, they're
Did you
back.
see that Knicks fans? They're going crazy, man.
Yeah.
They're going crazy. And don't tell me that the home court's not an advantage now if you got those fans.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the stadiums still don't have all the fans in them yet. But the ones
Crazy.
that do have a big edge.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at odds to win the conference championship. I looked at the East. I looked at the West. There's 3 teams that could win the East. There's 3 teams that could win the West. When I look at those teams, which one sticks out to me? I got to go Bucks, man. Bucks are 3-1. I think they're the best bet. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Nets in the title. The Nets are 1-1. They're even money to win the East Conference. The Bucks are 3-1. That means I could bet $1,000 and make 3,000 off the Bucks if they win that title, and they could win it. The Nets have not looked like superstars, although I think they could eke it out. I just like the money riding on the Bucks rather than the Nets.
Big Bucks fan here, so love the pick. I like you said, probably not the favorites, but they're a great bet.
All right, yeah, I like the bet. That's what I'm saying, man. G-Man, let's go. All right, hey, let's go to Woundwise Trivia of the Week.
Bring it.
And I'm going to read the sponsor page first here. Today's Trivia of the Week brought to you by Woundwise IQ. Woundwise IQ is a patented mobile imaging and analytics software app that's used by leading physicians and nurses caring for people with chronic wounds. Just download the app from the App Store, and you are ready to go. Learn more at woundwiseiq.com. Tmoney, see if we can stump you here. In the modern era, no golfer has completed the Grand Slam, winning all 4 majors in the same year. Which golfer won 3 of the 4 championships in the same year?
Okay, so I don't know if you're trying to trip me up here because they call this a Tiger. Okay, Tiger Woods did this, but he technically didn't do it in the same calendar year.
That was not the same year. So that's the Tiger Slam.
That's
the Tiger Slam. Remember, I told you in one of our prior shows, they asked Tiger, "Hey, Tiger, they didn't call us a Grand Slam because you didn't do it in the same calendar year." And he goes, "I don't know what they call it, but all 4 trophies are on my mantle right now."
Love that saying. So
that was Tiger, man.
Are you not asking about that then? You're not asking about that one?
No, I'm saying the same calendar year. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was either Rory or it was Jordan Spieth. I don't think Rory did it. I'm going to go Jordan Spieth, like 2015, something like that. Modern era? Or is that what you mean by modern era?
No, modern era just means when they started playing all 4 majors.
Oh, shoot. Then Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus. Well, let me give you a little background. Jack Nicklaus is not correct, but you're close. Only 5 players have won career Grand Slams. Only 5. Can you believe that? Tiger Woods in 2001. Jack Nicklaus, you're right, 1966. Got the career Grand Slam, but he didn't do it all in 1 year.
Okay.
Gary Player.
Gary Player.
Great name there, Gary. 1965. So the year before Jack did it, Gary Player does it. Remember Player and Nicklaus battling?
Yeah.
And then about 10 years earlier, Ben Hogan, 1953, gets the career Grand Slam. 1935, Gene Sarazen. But of those 5 guys, one of them did it and did the 3 in 1 year, and that was Ben Hogan. He's the only player to have won the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the British Open all in the same year. Ben Hogan.
Okay, well, the Grand Slam is you didn't include the PGA in there. Technically, Tiger had 3 out of the 4.
Yeah, no, I include the PGA. What do you mean?
Okay, so did he do 2 and 2?
I just said Hogan did 3 of the 4. He didn't win the PGA.
Okay. All right. I trust you. I trust you.
And he didn't win the PGA because there was a conflict that year. Remember, that was back in 53. The PGA was held the same time as one of the other tournaments, so he couldn't play in the PGA.
That's weird.
Yeah, really weird. Hey, you know who's
Got
one?
me.
You know who's? Here's a little tip. Here's a little bit extra tidbit for all of you before we wrap it up here. You know, in tennis, that there's a golden Grand Slam that this player not only won the 4 in the same year, but also won in the Summer Olympics, won the gold medal. Steffi Graf in tennis, 1988, won all 4 Grand Slams and won a gold medal in the Olympics. Tell me that's not really doing
pretty
it. Shout
impressive.
out to tennis. Tmoney and I have had some mean tennis matches, have we?
We've had some battles.
You got to get that knee back to shape, man. I'll get you out
Working
on the
on it.
tennis court this summer.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, hope you all love the show. You know that we love you. Thank you to Woodwise IQ for sponsoring our trivia of the week and to Help Me Startup for sponsoring T's Chug and Chant. The next show, we're going to dive deeper into the NBA Conference Championships. Get ready for that. If you're interested in sponsoring one of our shows, please reach out to us. We're going to get some guests on the show coming up in the next few weeks. Get ready for some guests. If you like the show, press the like and subscribe button at Father, Son, and Holy Sport. Tmoney. Have fun watching the NBA this weekend. Make sure you get out on Memorial Day. Hit some balls, man.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Hey, just let's have a good weekend. Nice vacation weekend. So much fun seeing crowds back out. You have a good one this weekend, G. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right. Peace.